No man or man-made institution transcends the power of the divine or the universe or the star matter within all of us or whatever you believe in. Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is FAERIE, and today we're going to be talking about something very important. We're going to be talking about how to silence the old white dude who lives in your head. Let me explain. So when I say that we all have an old white dude who lives in our brain, I'm imagining that old white dude as the personification of internalized sexism, colonialism, or white supremacy, homophobia, all of the phobias and isms, okay? There is a personification of them in our brain, and we hear his voice in moments where we shouldn't. I'm talking about the slave owners, the colonizers from centuries ago, whose choices, beliefs, and values still echo into our present choices, beliefs, and values. You feel me? Now, we cannot necessarily get rid of this old white dude in our brain just because of the way things work. Like, these internalized racism, sexism, homophobia, colonialism, all of that is burned like so deeply into our subconscious. And I think it's backed by science too, that it's really hard to reverse things once they're programmed into you as a child. I don't have any sources for that. I read it somewhere, but Google is free. Anyways, I don't think we can necessarily get rid of him because of the way we're constantly getting programmed. We've been getting programmed since we arrived on this planet from all types of external sources, passed down from our parents, and from TV, from books, from everything. So we can't necessarily get rid of him, but we do not have to give him the mic. Why are you letting the old white dude in your head speak? Make him listen. You do not have to give him the mic.
Cut his fucking mic! Since he wanna be fucking dumb!
Stop viewing yourself through the lens of an old white dude. Stop letting him narrate your story. His voice should not be the primary voice you hear when you look in the mirror. What if I told you that you didn't have to carry the weight of everyone else's beliefs, expectations, and opinions? So, for example, if you look in the mirror and you are not happy with what you see, if you feel any type of way about your appearance, if you feel your hair is too curly, too frizzy, too messy, if you feel your skin is too dark, your nose is too wide, if you feel you're not thin enough, whatever it is you feel, if you look in the mirror, that voice is not yours. Who decided what is pretty enough? In today's society in America, who decided what is pretty enough? Centuries ago, some old white dude or a bunch of old white dudes decided what is pretty, what is not pretty, what is beautiful, who is capable of success, who deserves success, who gets the privilege of living the type of life. They decided all those things, and they still echo into today. So if you're hearing that voice in your head when you look in the mirror, that is not your voice. That's not you. And I think a step in the direction of quieting this voice and getting to know your own is letting go of everything that isn't yours. Let go of anything that you would not choose for yourself. You do not have to hold on to beliefs that negatively affect how you view yourself, how you move through the world, what you believe is and isn't possible for yourself, because it's likely that those beliefs, those thoughts, were not put there by you. Are you understanding what I'm getting at? These negative beliefs, core beliefs about yourself, what you're capable of, about your future, about what you can and can't do, about how you're allowed to express yourself, how you're allowed to move through the world, the limit to what you think you can achieve. Those beliefs were not put there by you. They're not yours. Any limiting beliefs, restrictions, judgments, projected prophecies, constricting rules, you do not have to hold on to them. Let go of anything you wouldn't choose for yourself, as I said. It's too heavy. It's too heavy. Let it go. So I want to talk about internal versus external obstacles. External obstacles might take you on a detour. They might put you in bumper-to-bumper traffic. They might take you to a crossroads, may force you to go through the wicked woods, may force you to go through the wicked woods, and these roadblocks inevitably come with marginalized identities. So, if you're a woman, a black person, a black woman, a queer person, a creative, whatever, any person outside of the narrow box that this society was designed for, you will inevitably have, things outside of you that you can't control that might slow you down on your journey. Not stop you, slow you down or get in your way. That's just the reality. Now, internal obstacles. These are more dangerous than any physical obstacle because they will keep you pinned to the ground. They will keep you from ever taking the first step in your journey. They will keep you from moving. They will keep you stagnant, stuck in the same loop of the same beliefs, the same results, the same reality that wasn't even curated by you. Identify whatever is stopping you from taking that next step. Whether it's fear of judgment, fear of failure, fear of what your family will think, fear that you'll be laughed at. What do these fears say about your beliefs? And notice how all those fears have to do with other people. Ask yourself these questions. Are you scared to chase your dreams because deep down you believe that a person like you, a person who looks like you, a person from your background isn't capable of achieving success in the field that you want to pursue? Think about why you believe that about yourself. Who created that belief? Who put that belief there? Who created that doubt? Who planted that seed of doubt inside of you? Even if it was a parent, parents are a generation ahead of us. So that programming, the, sexism, racism, internalized evilness is even deeper in them, even more intense. So if it was passed down from a parent, you can forgive that parent because that wasn't their voice either. As I said, we all have the old white dude. The white dude gets passed down generation from generation. And it's your job to silence him so you don't pass him on to the next. So here's the important part. You get to choose what you believe you're capable of, what you believe is possible for you in your future, how you're allowed to show up. You get to choose whether you believe you're pretty or not. You get to choose how you walk into a room, whether you get to chase your dreams, whether you get to post that video, whether you get to walk up on that stage, how you get to show up on camera. You get to choose those things. I want you to break down all of your core beliefs about yourself, about this reality, and figure out whether they belong to you. People like me don't get to chase your dreams. Who created that concept that people like you aren't enough to achieve success, to achieve certain things? People like you don't get to live a certain way of life. Who created that idea, that concept? It goes back years, it goes back centuries, and it's still haunting you. It's still getting passed down generations, years, centuries later. You can choose to let that shit go. Would you choose to believe that you're not pretty enough, not talented enough, not capable enough, not gifted enough, not likable enough to achieve success? Would you choose that for yourself? Nope, you wouldn't. So don't choose it. Let it go because it's not yours. Not pretty enough, not talented enough, not capable enough for who? Because if it were up to you, wouldn't it be more than enough? Who are you allowing to decide for you what is pretty enough, what your journey has to look like, what it means to be qualified? Who created those parameters? Because you get to decide those things for yourself. Quit viewing yourself through the lens of an old white dude. You feel me? As many people as there are in the world, that's how many ways there are to be successful. That's how many pathways there are to success. 8 billion. I'm pretty sure that's the number. Don't quote me on that. I didn't check my sources. But you feel me? As many people as there are in the world, That's how many ways there are to be pretty. That's how many ways there are to be creative. So whatever it is that you believe about yourself that is stopping you from pursuing your passion, that is stopping you from aligning with your purpose, that is stopping you from choosing joy, that is preventing you from being happy, from just choosing to enjoy life, whatever that means for you, whatever is limiting you, identify what the root is, whether it was a parent, things your parents projected onto you, whether it was a bully, whether it was a TV show and you internalize what main characters look like and what main characters don't look like. Whatever it was projected onto you, but it is not you. You do not have to identify with it. Isn't that freeing? You get to relax in that. You get to let go. Don't you feel weightless now? Just for a second. Let all of that go. Don't you feel weightless? Now, this is very important. I want you to listen very closely. You did not choose to believe those things about yourself. And you cannot let all of these internalized lies set the boundary of your reality. I'm going to say that again. You cannot let all of these internalized lies set the boundary of your reality. Do you want to live in a box? Do you want the perimeter of your reality to be drawn by everyone else but you? I'm going to say that again. Do you want the perimeter of your reality to be drawn by everyone else but you? Have you even given the universe a chance to prove those small, constricted, limited, incorrect, misconstrued beliefs about yourself wrong? The universe is like, not only is this world yours, but this entire universe, this entire multiverse is yours. You have access to it. But you don't trust yourself, but you don't trust the universe. You trust your bullies and your ops and your doubters and your enemies more because you value their opinions so much that you've taken it as law. Now you're behaving as if their opinions are truth. When they say you're only capable of this, you can only do this, people who look like you can only do this, you don't get to do that, don't even think about doing that. You believe them and you listen. The things that you have been told and taught to believe about yourself, your capabilities, your future, your possibilities, those are opinions, not facts. You don't live in their reality. You live in yours. It's like, have you ever played VR? And I've never done this. I've played, but I've never done this thing where you set the boundaries, kind of like your limits, how much space you have. And it's like you're living in your virtual reality. You have your goggles on and somebody else has already preset it for you. Somebody has already set your space for you and it's so limited, it's so tiny. You think this reality is it. Take them damn goggles off and see reality for what it really is through your own eyes, not with all of these filters that other people put in front of you. Let it all go. It is all too heavy and it is not yours. Carrying yourself to your destination, to your journey with these marginalized identities is already going to be hard enough. You do not need all that extra weight. Shed all of it. The journey is scary enough. Life is scary and hard by nature. Think about what are these beliefs stopping you from doing? What fears are they planting inside of you? And think, would you rather be scared, sitting in your room, thinking about all the things that could go wrong, or scared while doing the work towards your purpose, towards what you want? You're going to be scared either way. Choose your scary. Choose your hard. For me, my hard was choosing to put myself out there, choosing to post, choosing to share my art, choosing to pursue being an artist and a creative, even though I come from a low income background and I'm first gen, and I'm a black person and I'm a queer person, and choosing to pursue something that isn't guaranteed success or considered lucrative. And for me, it was sharing that journey, putting myself out there, even though I felt called to it. And it is hard. It is very hard. I feel stretched in every capacity. I feel vulnerable. I feel naked when I post myself. I feel contorted. But harboring all the fear and the anxiety and the weight of other people's opinions and expectations and achievements and accomplishments, that was way harder than this. And despite how unfamiliar this level of authenticity feels, I feel at home. And even though at one point pessimism and making myself smaller and listening to fear and giving into fear instead of moving through it felt familiar, it wasn't safe. Familiar does not equal safe. You got all these different seeds of doubt, different hands in your garden. Have you even planted anything for yourself that you've chosen? This is not a public garden. This is a sanctuary, okay? So you got all these weeds. Doubt is a weed. It grows fast. It grows thick. You need to start weeding. And it's going to be hard. Weeding is hard. I worked at a garden, and we used to take these pitchforks and have to stick it in this hard soil and weed by hand and get on our hands and knees and really get in there. But you better start now. Now is more important than ever. And I hate to be dramatic. But this is not a joke. This is not a drill. Our rights are being taken away every day. And that's why it's more important than ever to step into your purpose now. As creatives, as queer people, as black people, as black women, we have all these seeds of doubt planted in our subconscious. And they have been watered from external sources, watered by external sources. And even ourselves, because we've been taught to do so for years. And it's been this way for centuries. So it's going to be hard work. I'm talking to the generational curse breakers right now. All these messages have been fed to us. And we have to do the work to extract the lies that have been planted in us. And then on top of that, we have to do the work to heal from the wounds that the extractions leave behind. Deprogram, then reprogram. Every day we must be doing the work to counter the negative messages that are still being fed to us. You get to choose what you want to plant and what you want to water. Like, imagine that the universe is the garden. The universe gives you a garden that gives you a bed of soil, gives you a plot of land, and you're the gardener. The universe gives you a blank canvas and says, here, do whatever you want, okay? And you just tend to it. It responds only to what you give it. You don't have to worry about causing the chemical reaction that makes the plants grow or photosynthesize or whatever the word is. You don't have to worry about providing rain or sun or soil or creating all the chain reactions that create growth or making the seasons change. You don't have to worry about none of that. The universe is like, I got that for you. Just give me something and I'll reflect it back. But when you listen to all this negative programming that isn't even true about yourself, you're sabotaging your harvest. You might not even have any harvest because of it. We're going to have doubt. By nature, doubt has been planted in us, and we just have to deal with it. Imagine that old white dude as the voice of doubt. Don't listen to him, though. Like, of course he's going to be there. You don't have to listen. You don't have to give him the mic. He doesn't have to take center stage. So if you're feeling doubtful, do it anyway, because you know who's speaking in your ear when you're feeling doubtful, and it's not you, and it's not aligned with your purpose, and it's not aligned with the divine, and it's not the voice of the universe, okay? You're going to deal with doubt regardless and fear throughout life. Life is hard and scary and confusing. So might as well deal with all that while pursuing your purpose, because you can't dodge the divine. Now, this is also very important, okay? I want you to listen closely. If you take anything from this video, take this. So we have this voice, the voice of colonizers, the voice of racists, the voice of sexists, the voice of all of that, whispering in our ear every day, making us question, and we have had that for the entirety of our lives. And it makes us question whether we're worthy enough to achieve and experience our desires. Are we pretty enough? Are we qualified? Are we prepared enough? I'm here to tell you right now that you're enough. You are worthy enough to start stepping into your desires right now, right at this very moment. By watching this video, you're taking the first step into alignment. No accomplishment, no compliment, no amount of validation, views, likes, or shares, or lack thereof can determine your value. I'm going to say that again. No accomplishment, no compliment, no validation, no views, likes, or shares, or lack thereof can determine your value. Because we know these things aren't distributed fairly. These material, these tangible things that quantify achievement. We know that there is an algorithm to life, and that is rigged against us. It's prioritizing a certain look, a certain type of person on the For You page. You feel me? And that is not our fault. But we have internalized this injustice. And as a result, we feel like our efforts and our talents and our creations aren't enough. You are inherently enough. You were born with everything. You are enough. You were born enough. You never weren't enough. Expression is your birthright. Just because your gifts may not be recognized doesn't mean they aren't beautiful. Just because you may have grown up in the dark doesn't mean you don't shine. If you have been able to navigate through dark times on your own, it's because you lit up the path. It's because you are the light. Have you ever considered that? Just understand that just because your essence isn't being witnessed right now doesn't mean that it isn't divine. I want you to ask yourself, whose recognition matters? Whose gaze are you possibly craving or performing for? Whose opinion have you told yourself determines your worthiness? I'm going to say that again. Whose gaze are you craving and possibly performing for? Whose opinion have you told yourself determines your worthiness? Who created those parameters? Really think about it long and hard. And I want you to ask yourself, how long have you been carrying those outdated beliefs anyway? Like, think about it. Think about this old constitution made centuries ago and how it's crumbling and not working. So how you gonna carry some outdated core beliefs about yourself, what you're capable of, blah, 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 this, that, and the third, that was created centuries ago? How long you been carrying those outdated beliefs? 10, 15 years ago? 10, 15 years? Because they look like they're from the Bronze Age. You mean to tell me that you're holding on to beliefs about your beauty and your features and your autonomy and your skin tone and your hair and your potential and your possibilities? You're holding on to those limiting beliefs that were probably curated by a slave master 300 years ago. Don't quote me on the years. You get what I'm trying to say. I'll just say several hundred years ago. Let it go. It doesn't belong to you. Throw that shit out.
Oh, put it down!
So that you can get some new shit. The universe wants to take you shopping for some new core beliefs, some new experiences, some new beliefs that will help disprove the current beliefs you have now. If you could just take the step outside of the limited box that somebody else drew for you. Now this is extremely important. If you got anything from this video, I'm gonna say it again, take this part too. No man or man-made institution belongs in here. No man or man-made institution belongs in here. Do you understand? No man or man-made institution transcends the power of the divine. No man or man-made institution transcends the power of the divine, or the universe, or the star matter within all of us, or whatever you believe in. As long as there is a universe, a God, a spirit, an energy, a deity, whatever you believe in, there is a path for you. There is a purpose for you. No matter how many roadblocks you have, there is a pathway to your destination. There is a way there. Think about it. Think about this. As women of color, as black people, as creatives, as queer people, we as a person of any marginalized identity, we have, our ancestors have made it out of systems of oppression that they were never meant to escape. Think about it. Think about how much more intense it was about then, how much more physical barriers they had, and somehow found a way out of it. Somehow found, the space in their mind not to lose hope, even when things were 10 times more intense, 10 times more brutal, 10 times more physical. Not saying that they aren't horribly and terribly intense now, but we are not, slaves anymore. Well, you feel me. Things are different. Things are better. Despite how terrible they are better. How we can start deprogramming and reprogramming. Find out what works for you. It's going to be long work. It's not going to happen overnight. It's going to take a long time, and it's going to be hard, and a lot of tears will be shed, but it will be so worth it. It will be so worth it. You are so worth it. And it won't be any harder than living this life that isn't meant for you right now. Than living a life that isn't aligned with yourself. That living a life or you know more is meant for you. This is harder. Let me water these new seeds that I've planted in you. I believe in you. I want to hear from you. I believe in your talents, your capabilities, your skills, your beauty. I believe it is enough to take you far, beyond things you can even imagine. And I want you to give these new seeds a chance to grow, because growth takes time. It has to move through a couple of seasons to really blossom. But get rid of that old dirty stuff, please, so the universe can take you shopping for some new stuff, for real. For real. But you need to clear up some space. You need to clear up some space. You got all this stuff. You are not a storage unit. Like, hello? All these things from other people living in your house shoved at you. They said, here, you took it, you holding it for free? For free? They're not paying no rent? In this economy? Goodbye. Seriously, on a serious note, analyze your fears. If you have a fear of being cringy to who? You're scared of being cringy in front of somebody. You're scared of being judged by somebody. Because if it were just you and you in a room, and you were being cringy in front of yourself, it'd be fine. If you're scared of failure, who are you scared of failing in front of? You're scared of somebody seeing you fail, not of actual failure. Let it go, because it's getting in your way. And it really doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. Who cares if some girls from high school laugh at you because they see you posting? Okay, you're going to let that just get in the way of you pursuing your purpose? Like, it's really not that deep. So, yes, that's everything I wanted to say about that. And I want to give some help, some resources on where to start, on how to start doing this. So, what I did is I watched videos like this on YouTube every day. Every day. I've been doing it for like a year now. And slowly it starts to feel like second nature. The things they're saying start to feel like beliefs. I am speaking now because I'm living it. A year ago, I did not believe any of this about myself. So now I'm in it. Now I'm being it. And this is proof. Proof that it works. Just start somewhere. Just start. Even if your first step is just watching a video like this. Just starting to change the way you think about the first step you're going to take. That is more than enough. All right. I think that's everything. And on that note, I want to exit with a little quote from Erykah Badu. Bag lady, you gon' hurt your back, dragging all them bags like that. I guess nobody ever told you all you must hold on to is you, is you, is you. I said one day all them bags gon' get in your way. I said one day all them bags gon' get in your way. Did you hear me? Did you hear Erykah Badu? Okay, thank you so much for watching. If you made it this far in the video, if you're one of my subscribers, we're leveling up in life. Okay, I'm using an actual mic today, and I'm feeling good. I'm feeling very good about this video. I had to get this message out. Love you so much. Also, let's get into the outfit. Let's get into the look really quick. Look at the green. Okay, look at the butterflies. I was feeling very fairy-licious today. Yeah, thank you so much for watching. Yeah, I think I said everything I wanted to say. I thought this video would be longer, but whatever. Bye.